everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today, once again, I am going to be taking a look at another 2021 release, this time from one of the most celebrated, decorated and respected musicians of all time, a man that needs no introduction whatsoever, and he has seen it all and done it all. And the gentleman I'm talking about is, of course, the one and only legendary Grammy award-winning guitarist, bandleader, and composer, Pat Metheny. And this is his latest album, which is a live recording released on Modern Recordings. And this is Pat Metheny, Side Eye NYC. So this latest album from Pat Metheny, which is a live recording, features another first for the legendary guitarist, because Pat Metheny has played in virtually every kind of setting you can imagine, from solo to duo to trio to quartet to quintet to larger ensembles to orchestral settings, you name it. Pat Metheny has played in virtually every kind of configuration you can imagine, except one, which is the organ-led trio. The closest that Pat Metheny has ever played with an organ player was with Larry Goldings on Michael Brecker's classic Time Is of the Essence, but that was Michael Brecker's album and Pat Metheny was the featured sideman for that project. So for Pat Metheny to put together his first ever organ trio, so to speak, is an important moment in the guitarist's long and storied legendary career. So Side Eye is a platform for young musicians to be showcased to the fullest, and Pat Metheny can choose whichever musicians he wants to play with him live. And Side Eye features James Francis on piano, keyboards and organ, and Marcus Gilmore on drums. But even though there is no bass player on this album, the bass is still a very prominent part of the Pat Metheny sound, as James Francis plays with his left hand with bass pedals and keyboard bass, and Pat Metheny also plays guitar bass as well. And there's also a little bit of orchestrion and a bit of guitar synth as well. So this album is a Japanese edition, and it features all compositions written and composed by Pat Metheny, with the exception of one composition written and composed by Ornette Coleman. And this features 3 new tracks from Pat Metheny and also some tracks from his legendary career as well, from PMG to trio recordings, among other things. So we're just going to have a quick look. So there they are. It's not really what you would call your traditional organ trio, so to speak. Think of the Pat Metheny group as a trio. So there's the sleeve notes. And this is a Japanese edition of this recording, so it features 1 bonus track. So the tracks we've got on here are It Starts When We Disappear, Better Days Ahead from PMG's Letter From Home, Timeline from Michael Brecker's Time Is of the Essence, Bright Size Life, Lodger, which is more of like a cross between Jimi Hendrix and Travels, Cireborn, Turnaround, Zenith Blue, and the bonus track, The Bat. Excellent live recording, and as you'd expect from a musician the calibre of Pat Metheny, nothing but the absolute best. So, standout tracks for me, I would say, are It Starts When We Disappear, Lodger, Zenith Blue, The Bat, and Timeline. But it's a really good album, as you'd expect. And, you know, James Francis, he's just all over this album. Lots of electronics, lots of keyboards, lots of great piano playing, lots of great keyboard bass playing, and some bass pedals as well. You know, he's just all over this album. And Marcus Gilmore, of course, is the legendary grandson of drummer Roy Haynes, who Pat Metheny has also collaborated with. And he's just a terrific drummer who just continues to get better and better. And brilliant album. And we could be looking at a very strong contender for Album of the Year, Album of 2021. But we'll see really, but this could very well be it. This could very well be album of 2021 for me anyway, but we'll see at the end of the year. But unbelievable album from a man who just continues to keep getting better and better and just continues to find new ways to reinvent himself and constantly surprise everyone time and time again. And, as I mentioned when I started this jazz albums review series about nearly a year ago, Pat Metheny had two bands: the Quartet with William Simcock, Antonio Sanchez, and Linda Mahan O, and Side Eye with James Francis and Marcus Gilmore. But now, currently at the moment, it's James Francis and Joe Dyson. All due respect to the Quartet, great band, love from this place, but this is a really good album. And as I said, James Francis is just all over this album, and there's lots and lots of keyboard work. And I'm not complaining. You know, Keyboards and Pat Metheny, they go hand in hand, and it's a big staple part of the Metheny sound that we all know and love. So there you have it, Pat Metheny, Side Eye NYC. This could very well be album of the year. Love it. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track on Side Eye? Is it It Starts When We Disappear, Timeline, Better Days Ahead, Bright Side's Life, Lodger, Cireborn, Turnaround, Zenith Blue, or if you've got the Japanese edition, is it The Bat? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe, and once again, thanks for listening.